I have to ask you a personal question. So your net worth has obviously grown immensely from an agency now to a, owner of a 14, company. What's changed most about you? I mean,
Oh,
is it the money that's like, oh, that's great, but it's just a marker, it's a scoreboard, it's how I've grown?
yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, I appreciate that question. I would, it's funny. Oh, as this has happened, I've also become a family man. And, I was single for 10 years. I was single for a very long time. And, I was having fun, being a single guy, but, eventually eventually it got to a point where I really felt like I had to work on myself and work on my spirituality, and I did that for several years before I met my fiance. um, so as I've had this tremendous success, which I'm super grateful for, over the last 18 plus months, I've also become a family man. I have a baby girl now. She's 4 months old.
What's her
I'm
name?
about
Yeah.
Scarlett.
Scar. Ooh, that's a pretty name.
Yeah, yeah, Scarlet Destiny. So she was, she was named Destiny for a reason. I saw her in a, in a, let's just say, a spiritual awakening back in 2020. I saw her in my dreams, you could say, and it's been a journey. I would say that it's just like what people say. People say that when you have money, it only magnifies who you are, and as I've had this success, I'm feeling a little emotional even thinking about it. I haven't really changed, who I am. If anything, it's just it's caused me to remain very strong in my values. Because I don't want to get away from my values. I want to stay strong in who I am, and my life has become simpler too. I've gone from living in Scottsdale, downtown Scottsdale, for example, where, if you've been to Scottsdale, then that you see, nice cars everywhere. You see, lots of beautiful women left and right. And, it's a different life, and it's a, and when you're around that, that's kind of what you care about. And now I'm living in suburbia, I'm living in Chandler, Arizona. I'm living in a private community, and I go home to my family. I spend time with my family, and I don't go out much, these days. And so it's different. So I mean, I think the bottom line, to answer your question, is it really hasn't changed me much. If anything, it's just because of where I've taken my personal life as my professional life has changed, and the successes have come from that. It's
What?
really
What?
grounded me.
Yeah. What forced you? It sounds like your why has changed. I mean, what forced you to go from
Yep.
this living the lifestyle in downtown Scottsdale to nice cars to like, hey man, I'm gonna go clean some diapers, right?
God, you just made me think of like my baby girl's diaper that I just had to change like yesterday. I think it was.
Oh man,
Anyway,
they stink, don't they?
it was terrible. It was terrible. But you know, I mean, I knew for a while that I wanted to have a family. And I have a 14-year-old son, so I mean, I've been a father for quite some time, but I was a single dad, throughout the last 13 years. And so, I knew for a while that I wanted to, settle down and, have a family and embrace that life. And, what you put out into the universe intentionally is what's going to happen. And that's the intentions that I put out there. So I was okay with walking away from, where I was at before I met my fiance and where I'm at now.
Yeah, beautiful. Josh, thank you so much for being on this show. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You're bringing me, into a very sensitive place right now. I feel kind of flushed with emotion right now. So I'm, it's hard to express myself right now.
Yeah, I think you're doing a great job because you can't have intention without emotion behind it, and the
Right.
emotion is, what's important to you. It's your why.
Right.
Yeah.